Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Ace and I podcast. My name is Manuel Frutos, aka Ace. To my left, normally I have JPI Vargas, but today we have a very, very special guest host, Anthony. Anthony, go ahead.
Anthony Bojorquez, aka Angler, I guess, if I
Yeah,
had a handle.
no, that is you. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, in no way, shape, sense, or form am I trying to replace the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. JP Vargas.
Well, we couldn't replace him if we wanted
No,
to. No, that
no.
guy,
You know
yeah.
what? And I'm going to be honest right here. JP, he doesn't get a lot of credit for what he's like a modern day Renaissance man. I mean, he writes books. He can fix sprinklers. I know that because he did them at my old pad.
He did his
That's he just
recently.
did his. Yeah. He's into eBay and he knows values of coins. And I mean,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah, very well versed.
very. There you go. You took
Yeah.
the words out of my mouth.
There you
Very
go.
well versed. Good guy.
So,
Shout out to JP. He never
Yeah.
gets a shout out because he's on the show.
Shout out to JP.
There you go,
Yeah.
buddy. You got it.
Um, I do have to say, he was here earlier this week. Anthony, JP, and I all. Well, I can't say JP and I because JP is I.
Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah,
like,
it'd be
what do
like
you call that?
like JP and JP.
Yeah.
Well, then does that cancel out?
Maybe you go JP and I.
The three of us.
Right.
We recorded earlier on Monday. So that episode will actually be out as episode 37. This is also going to be considered episode 37. So we had a little mishap where another technical difficulty. um, I hit record and one of my fat fingers where you actually change the aspect ratio, changed it to 1-to-1. So basically you could see JP, but like it was like half of me, half of Anthony. Sorry, man. And so it was, we were pretty much completely out of the episode and there was no way to undo that. So we went on and on and on for like seriously a little over 2 hours of just bullshitting. Uh, I haven't seen Anthony in a minute. Well, since Monday. Prior to that was
Right.
a good minute.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it was pretty much a whole episode. But right afterwards, we went out and had lunch. Had a few more drinks, and then we went.
And we actually hooked another subscriber.
Yeah.
At Buffalo Wild Wings.
David, right? There was
That's
a guy
it.
named David. Yeah. And so
If you're listening, David, thank you.
yeah, no, yeah, David. Also a writer, just like JP.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and knife connoisseur, can I say?
Right.
Yeah.
He had a badass Rambo miniature
Yeah.
scaled survival knife.
Yeah.
It even had the compass. He
The
didn't even
little-
know it had a compass in it.
He had a little twist off cap on the end.
Yeah, and I said, "Does it have a compass?" He said, I don't know.
And then it ended
Yeah.
up having one.
Yeah, it was pretty
The
tight.
old ones, remember that you'd get had the compass on the outside.
The old big 5
Yeah,
ones that were
yeah.
like for
Yeah.
$6 or something. Oh, everybody had one of those like in the 80s.
They were like $45, but Big Five would always send out a coupon for some reason. It was always $6 by the time you ended. I don't know how the hell the coupon. Like at that point, just make it fucking $6. But yeah, so yeah, JP was here. We recorded, went out to lunch, and then I get back home and I'm like, kind of like, okay, well, I can have this thing out ready already early Wednesday morning. And then I start looking at the video and I'm like, shit, it's just this little box view. We're completely cut out. And so that day, JP was like, "Hey man, I'm not gonna be able to make it Wednesday." I'm like, "Oh, that's no big deal." At that time, I was thinking, no, we already have an episode. We'll put it out on Wednesday anyway, latest Thursday because of work and everything, and we'll be fine. We'll have it. It'll be there. So I don't even think you guys made it home yet. I'm texting. I'm like, motherfucker, like this thing did not record. Dude, it was like, what the hell just
I
happened?
might have, like I told you, we had a good day, and so this old guy had to take a nap. So
Yeah.
I took a nap. When I woke up, I saw all the
The
messages going back and
forth.
forth, and I'm like, oh, I slept through some shit. Okay, so
Yeah.
but yeah, technical difficulties.
Yeah, no, it's been a thing, but I think now more and more that like things are happening. Like whatever can go wrong is going to go wrong.
Murphy's
And
law.
yeah, no, for sure. And then like, on top of that, it's been like, okay, well now it's a learning experience from. I'll make sure I don't do this. If it looks this way, or if this is going on, and I'm looking at the camera. I mean, eventually, we again had some upgrades. I do want to just get a actual camera that I'm not going to be using my phone anymore, so that way that can't change. I am looking into a couple of other things where video mixer, because we have the audio mixer. The video mixer will let us do a lot more stuff that I'm sure I haven't even been able to figure out. But when I add that stuff, just rest assured, we will fuck that up also, and we will end
Growing
up,
pains.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, hopefully at some point we'll have it all down. We keep going on and on about that, but Anthony, I reached out to him. JP said, "Well, I can't make it. We already did an episode anyway, which was perfect." And yeah, but he'll be back next week. And so Anthony, at short notice, I was like, "Hey, man, do you want to come by? We can record."
Yeah.
Plus, it feels good for me, especially one, I get to hang out with you again, and we haven't in some time.
That's
And then
cool.
two, to actually have you on a video for this week, because that was the whole idea, man.
I
We're
thought
like,
it was just because I was so damn ugly. I broke the camera the last time, and so they'll be like, "Oh, it's gonna be straight audio or whatever."
well, he's being I mean, okay, we went through this whole thing, and I'm pretty sure if you listen to the episode right before this, Anthony has lost some weight, and you're gonna have to watch that episode. The whole story's there. He
To find the secret.
yeah, no, it's yeah. If you're going just for the video, you want to know the funny part is like, hey, if you want the best video, you go to YouTube. If you want the best audio, Spotify. Now everybody's getting fucking audio no matter what.
Yeah, no matter what.
Yeah. But no, sorry guys, sorry Bob. We did not
Did you burp
intend
right
it.
now?
No, I was apologizing for the lack of fucking video on the last one.
Oh, I thought we only apologized to Bob when we burp, fart, or make a noise, cough.
Or when normally it's like JP's like Chinese food wants to come up and fucking kick me in the nose. But
Yeah.
anyway.
Or
So no, well,
at
welcome
least
back,
he doesn't
man.
kick the Chinese food out of your hand.
Oh, the China. Oh yeah, or the pizza.
Pizza.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that'd be weird, man, to kick Chinese food out of somebody's hand. But anyway, well, you know what? It makes sense because it's Chinese.
Kung
Yeah,
fu,
yeah.
martial arts, Asian.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Asian, yeah.
something like that. Probably be
So-
more, fitting.
Yeah. Well, you were able to come by. I know you've been out of work for the week, had a little time off, so I'm pretty sure you're enjoying that.
It's going by like every other, vacation that you take or whatever. It goes by so fast, and you're just like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that."
Yeah.
And it's midway through the week, and I haven't done shit. I thought I was gonna get my truck back, but apparently they're still messing around with the seal, and they did another one today, a test, and like, "Oh, we're gonna have to do this other one," and if this seal doesn't take, then they're gonna replace the whole back
You're
window.
just
and-
fucking practicing.
yeah, and I'm like, okay.
Well, as long as it's not the brakes.
Yeah, the good thing is it's all covered under warranty. So that's why if you're going to buy a vehicle, get the extended warranty. Especially like back then, Dodge had that deal where I have lifetime oil changes.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
just, but
yeah. No, it's a
Anywho.
little upfront cost, but definitely in the long run, you keep.
but
the
it was
track.
only like, I don't know. I want to say it was under $3,000. It was like $2,400 or $2,600 for
Yeah.
the extended warranty at that point.
Mhm.
I mean, if you think about all the oil changes that I've done so far, it was a 2019. So every time you go to a dealership oil change on my truck, it's the 5.7 Hemi, it's gonna be like about $50, $60 per oil change, if not more.
I would think more because
Probably
yeah,
more.
like those little.
Well, I'm
like-
thinking about if I had to do it,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
dealership, you're probably like closer to 100.
Yeah, yeah, easily. Yeah, no. You go to like I don't know if Jiffy Lube. I haven't taken my vehicles anywhere ever because I don't trust people.
Mm-hmm.
I knew a guy that I went to school with. A guy who worked at Carroll's Tire Warehouse, and they did like the oil changes. Not only did they do tires, but they did the oil changes. And he told me, he's like, yeah, on a few occasions, like if we couldn't get a filter off, the manager's like, hey, just clean the one that's on there. Yeah. See, so you hear stuff like that, and you're like, well, shit, I don't want to be, taking my stuff somewhere and.
You notice you hear all that about all the different places that, where you go to get whatever customer service, even
Yeah.
restaurants, right? The horror stories, oh, back in the day, McDonald's, they used to pee in the pickles.
Yeah.
And, shit like that. And then you're like, oh,
Well,
man.
nobody'd ever notice.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing is like, then you start, wondering how much of that stuff is true.
I'm gonna say all of it,
Probably. Yeah.
but yeah, no, this dude, a friend. So I mean, when it comes from somebody, a little bit closer, you kind of,
Believe it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I normally would just, I mean, for me, I'll go to Walmart, get the 5 quart. I need an extra quart. It takes 6 for my truck, and the filter, and I think I'm out of there for like maybe 35, $40 tops.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad. And then too, like, it's pretty simple. I mean, the truck sits high enough. I don't have to jack anything up. I fit underneath it. It's not going to land on me.
Right.
And, it knock it out within maybe 20, 30 minutes or so.
Do you have you guys have like a commercial garbage system here, right? Collection.
Yeah, it's, well, because it's still residential, but it's, what do you call it? They outsourced, like, well, back when I was still working with the city when they were going through that whole thing with residential.
Oh, well, they lost the commercial?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
before I started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they were all. So what happened anyway? I want to say maybe possibly maybe 10 years ago now,
About that.
around
yeah.
there. City of Fresno outsourced to save some money, and they sold off all their trucks on the commercial side of things. So residential was still being picked up by the City of Fresno employees. And then they were like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be such a great deal." They were trying to sell it, and then it turned out that it was like super fucking expensive, and all the extra perks that you got from like a city employee picking it up if you needed an extra pickup or whatever.
Charge you.
Yeah,
yeah, that's a big difference when it's a
yeah, well,
privately owned company compared to public.
Yeah, yeah. No, they're in the business for a profit,
making money. Yeah,
yeah, and obviously, the city can afford to do some things, and it's not the same when it changes, and then once it goes that direction, it's almost impossible to ever get it back because they're not going to go out and buy hundreds of trucks all over again. So, yeah, no, they found out after the fact that it wasn't any better, and then it was
more expensive.
Yeah.
Well, the whole reason I brought that up is because the city provides a recycle program for your oil filter. They you just call them up, and it's no extra charge. You give them your address, you tell them, yeah, I want I want to recycle, oil. Oh, okay. The driver then will drop off 2 jugs, they're gallon jugs, and in a plastic bag where you can put your oil filter in, and then when your service comes that week, you just lay it on top and
oh, nice, yeah,
pick it up, and that way nobody's throwing oil in their backyard and polluting our groundwater and
or just leaving it somewhere.
Exactly. Yeah. So no, it's a good deal. So
normally,
take advantage of it.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's good to know. If you're in the Fresno area, definitely that's something that the city offers to take advantage of that. Normally, because of where I'm at, and I still do my own oil changes, I'll go out to like O'Reilly's or AutoZone or whatever.
Yeah,
and
you do that.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. It's weird though because they're like, well, hey, we'll take your oil, but normally I'll use the old container that the oil came in or whatever. So I'll put all like 5 quarts back in, and then normally it might be a little bit low at some point, and the other one doesn't completely fill up or whatever. So I walk over there, drive over there, go in there, and they're like, yeah, no, we'll take the oil, but we can't take your the container. I'm like, what the hell is that? Why? So it's funny because you're like, all right, yeah, cool, and then you walk outside, there's a fucking trash can, you throw it away,
throwing that shit away.
So I'm like, you could have just thrown it away for me because you're gonna have to collect it from here unless there's some kind of weird rule.
I don't know what it is, but that's what, like I said, we collect the oil. We provide a jug for it, or 2 jugs, I should say, and the filter. But
yeah,
your oil jugs, you're just going to
throw them away. Yeah. They'll end up going in your trash, which, but yeah, no, it's funny. But it's one of those things that I kind of wonder if it's like the state of California has like certain rules or whatever. Because I remember going over to Texas Roadhouse, and then the waiter, it was a guy, we got this guy that came over, and if there's a group of people or whatever, you're thinking, okay, well, there is, and I don't know if you've ever heard this, but this came from somebody who works there, and they're like, the state will fine the business if you bring water and people did not request water.
I don't know.
Have you ever heard that?
Well, I know there was a lot more stricter rules when we were going through all our droughts and stuff like that. I mean, there you would see the signs. There's no water unless asked for, or we don't serve water unless requested. I remember those, but I didn't know they would get fined if they just brought it out.
Well, it kind of gets, because he goes, yeah, no, there's people that will actually like report it if that happens or whatever. And it's kind of like those people that go and measure every fucking thing to make sure everything's like ADA compliant and all that stuff. Those people that are just like creating lawsuits.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure they probably have that same situation with these people that are like, oh yeah, no, this fucking guy doing his job and being nice, and customer service brought me water. This motherfucker, like now we can't, irrigate the grapes or the almond yard or
Almonds, yeah. That's funny.
But no, actually, I heard that, so it gets me in that same line of thinking. It's like I kind of wonder if, you go over there, you drop off your oil, but AutoZone's going to get fined if you fucking leave the container with them. It's probably some stupid rule that only happens in this state. I'm willing to bet, dude.
I wouldn't.
Not thinking about it, right?
Yeah, California, I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah. So yeah, no, they'd rather you just throw it on the side of the road somewhere, litter, and then that's a whole other issue. But that whatever. Anyway, so you what do you call it? What were we were talking about something else prior to that.
Yeah, I don't remember. I detoured us. I mentioned something about the trash. And
yeah,
we went on that little scavenger hunt. But,
yeah. Anyway, what have you been up to, man? I know we did kind of cover a little bit of it prior in the other episode, but I mean, you're on vacation, and it's kind of funny you were talking about it right now. It's like one of those things where when you're at work, fucking 5 o'clock doesn't come as fast as it does when you're at home, huh?
No, it's like you're in this time warp. Whenever you're on vacation or whatever, it seems like, you're like, oh, I got all day to do this. Next thing you know, it's 2 o'clock, and you're like, man, I haven't accomplished shit today. What am I going to do? But my main thing was taking time off because I know Fresno Dodge, and I know how they work, and I figured it was going to take a while for them to get my truck, up and going or whatever. So I gave myself that leadway, not having a vehicle. That sucks, When you don't have a vehicle, you don't realize, what kind of overlooked privilege it is having your own vehicle or whatever. You can just go and do whatever you want. Next thing you're like, shit, I can't even go to the store. I can't go, grab something. I can't do anything. I gotta bum a ride or ask something. I feel like I'm back in, like I'm 15 or whatever, and you're just like, you're screwed. You're like, you're at the mercy of somebody. And then you think about all these people you see, you're driving down, and like families or people that don't have vehicles, and they're going grocery shopping, and they got to carry all their groceries on the bus and all that shit. And man, or their laundry, they're carrying their laundry on the bus because they're going to the laundromat. They can't even drive themselves, and it's like, wow, you take it for granted, the luxuries that most of us all have.
Yeah.
But it sucks not having a vehicle,
And that's kind of funny because there's like a few certain services now that kind of actually make it a little bit better. Like Walmart, you spend a certain dollar amount, and they'll deliver all your shit to you.
I tried to get on that Handy ride, but I guess my mental disability wasn't, I don't know, big enough for me to qualify for that.
They're like, oh no, you got the dangerous handicap.
Yeah,
we're not going to let you on the bus.
No, you're crazy.
Yeah, you're going to lose your shit on the bus.
Yeah, end up beating the shit out of some kid with a helmet on and is a quadriplegic already.
You attack the bus driver. That's too funny. Well, but like DoorDash, like you're like, well, if you want to grab something to eat, you can just call it, and then like some Indian dude will pick up your food. They'll fucking rifle through it, and then they'll bring it over to you.
Right, and your shit's half drinking, and your fries are missing. And
they mixed it for you, but not their finger.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good, man. It's like, oh, this tastes
and then half your shit's wrong. Yeah.
Now it tastes like curry.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Anyway, but it's
excuse me.
Vacation sometimes it's like taking time off or whatever. You travel somewhere sometimes. You did this specifically because you knew you were going to be without a vehicle,
right?
But man, there's times where you go on a fucking vacation and it seems like it's harder than work, dude.
Yeah, it can be exhausting sometimes. I mean, simple things, just the drive. Say you're going someplace, and my thing is I hate driving.
Oh yeah,
and that's why one of the reasons that I had to get out of my last 2 jobs were in Madera. That commute was just getting to me, and I had to get out of that because I hate that, and people can't drive, right? And especially in rush hour, they're doing stupid things, and I'd like almost get into a wreck like 3 times a week or whatever, and I'm like, nah, this shit, it sucks or whatever. But when you do those trips and you start factoring drive time, we'll go to LA and we'll do that, well, you better be there. If I'm going to LA, I better be there for at least 3 days because I'm not doing the people that do the drive up and the drive back. I mean,
the turnaround.
that's like 8 hours or close to 9 hours, depending on traffic, of just driving
Oh yeah.
for the day. And you're like, what? Yeah.
Yeah, no, it seems
I know a lot of people that do it though.
it's stressful, dude. Like, trying to get everything that you need to get done on a time off or whatever. It can be kind of like you're I don't know, man. It just like it creates more anxiety than relaxation, which would, the whole idea of like taking time off should be, but you're like, fuck, man, I got to do this, I got to do that. And then you're, I don't know. Okay, I think for me personally, it's because I'm just wound too tight. So, that creates the anxiety for me.
Mm-hmm.
And
you know what you can do for that is go commando.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, it's hard to get wound up tight when you're not wearing underwear.
Oh,
just a little life lesson, people, guys. If you want to take that advice, take it. If not, you're missing out.
And if you're a lady and you're watching this is how you do not get your panties in a bunch. That's basically the same thing.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing too, it kind of saves it too, because you're like, well, that's one less thing I had to pack.
That's true.
Because I'm one of those people I'll fucking pack like extra socks for no reason. Like, what if, and it's always like worst case scenario. What if this happens? And it's never going to happen.
Anytime I've gone commando, I've never got skid marks on my shorts or pants. Just saying.
Yeah. Well, do you probably travel with like baby wipes too, huh?
I used to.
Yeah.
I used to. Well, it was all when I had that whole hemorrhoid surgery.
Oh.
Whatever. But
all right.
Ever since then, no, I've been good.
Things are better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
So you were off for like a whole week?
I'm off for a whole week. And what's cool is like, normally I have a 4-day work week schedule. So.
Oh, you're on the 410s?
Yes, sir.
Oh, nice.
Well, we rotate every other week. So the late weeks, they're more like 412s. But, I mean, still.
Yeah.
So you're only working, 4 days a week. You got 3-day weekends every weekend, and like when you take your time off. So I took 4 days off. I used 40
Mm-hmm.
hours of my vacation, which I have, I don't know. I had like 8, still have like 7 weeks of vacation.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
But you take 4 days off and you're off 10 days.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can't beat that.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. If you line it up perfect, man, I mean, you have a longer stretch of time off. I work, for me, I work 5 4s.
Mm.
Well, I mean, I'm there for 8 hours each day, but like halfway through, I fucking give up. I'm like, I'm over it. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
And then I just, I'm at a window seat. I'm the only one that doesn't open. They're like, no, this fucking dude's gonna jump. Yeah. I don't even get scissors at my area.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, they don't trust me.
no, it works in your favor.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's less work for you to
Yeah.
do.
No. Yeah.
Can Emmanuel to cut something? No, he can't.
He's
That's right. He doesn't have. We're not allowing him with any sharp objects. Okay.
when
give it
you're
to
the
the other person.
unstable one. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they make a lot of exceptions for
Yeah,
you. So
yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah. Get the closer parking, all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah. But I can't get on the handy ride.
I feel you.
That's a problem. No, so I have 2 more days, and then JP and I so that we can get an episode out for next week. We're gonna end up meeting up on Monday, and record, and then it'll probably either just be out early or I'll try to get it out Wednesday. I'm taking Monday off, but starting Tuesday I'll be over in Pismo for training for the week. So
That's awesome.
yeah, no, it's nice, dude. This training is like one of the nicer ones I get to go to, and it's kind of funny because
How many days is it?
4 days.
Oh man.
Well, it's Tuesday through Friday. Monday is the drive. Tuesday is the drive day. So Monday I'm just off completely. Tuesday I'll start driving up there, check in, and it was one of those things where like the training's actually like one of the better ones I've ever gone to. It's not just because of the location. I mean, we get to go to different places all the time. It rotates in different areas that we go to. But this one alone, like the amount of information that they give, and I normally don't talk too much about work and everything like that, but it's just like you ever go to like a training and it's just not really like you're not getting anything out of it. You know, there's some of those things where you're actually getting credit towards whatever kind of certification or whatever you have, But this one is like one of those ones where like you actually learn stuff, and it's actually pretty cool. And then on top of that, you're like in a nice location,
Oh yeah.
and so they were a little bit slower at booking my room. So where the actual conference is happening, it's that they have the hotel. It's normally a conference room at some like really nice hotel or something, and so that one fills up right away. So you're like, okay, well that's already out of the question. But then they have like an overflow, which is like there's like a little walkway from the hotel that's the overflow, but it's all like along the beach. So I'm gonna have to take some pictures and upload it.
Hmm.
And so you walk. It's probably like a 5 minute walk, and it's not like hard or I mean, it's just all like paved road. And seriously, you're like right on the there's like a cliff, and you're just like on the sidewalk, and it's all landscaped really nice. It just looks really really nice. You look over to your left, and you're like when you're going to the conference, the waves are just crashing in. And this time, because my room was booked a little bit later, I actually kind of lucked out, dude. They like for $20 extra. I mean, that was the difference. It was like, okay, we're gonna get your room. They have a room with an ocean view, so it's like one of the nicer ones. The room has a fireplace. It has the little
Bearskin rug.
um, no, it's not that fancy.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, it's still the government paying for this, so it's not like they're gonna really
Mm,
spring for the rug.
right.
I have to bring my own.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Well, that's how else am I going to take that Burt Reynolds picture?
That's true.
Exactly.
That's true.
Exactly.
Make sure you pack your He-Man loincloth.
Oh yeah, no, everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, you don't leave home. It's like American Express, brother. You don't leave home without it.
You're right.
And so then this place, again, super nice hotel. It's like they're gonna clean your place, and they're not even gonna go through your stuff. That's how nice it is.
Oh wow. Well, what's the fun in that?
Well, because they're gonna see all like everything I brought, and I don't want to be judged.
Yeah. What I do is like when I know it's a place like that, I'm gonna give them something to see. So, even I never even really wore condoms, but I'd open up a condom and throw the thing in the bed or
They're
whatever.
like, "Why is your luggage vibrating?"
Yeah, something crazy like that. And when
Yeah,
the
dude.
maids come in, they're like,
Yeah.
oh, and teach you to go through my stuff.
They're
But
like, yeah, yeah, somebody died in here.
that's funny.
But yeah, training next week. Looking forward to it. It's almost a little mini vacation on top of work. I mean, it's anytime you're still getting paid to do your job, but you're somewhere else that's a lot nicer than what you're normally at. It's almost like a vacation because at the end of the day, you go through your training, you have to go through all these classes, but this one I actually enjoy. You end up, somewhere nice at the end of the day. So go have some whatever. I like to venture out when I go to Pismo. I'll normally hit up the. I don't know if you ever heard of it, Me and Ed's.
Um, no, I think I have. I think
Yeah,
they
yeah.
have one locally here or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny, dude. It's like fucking people from Fresno going to Pismo and eating that. We did that last time. There's some other people in our from the department, well, from Madera. We got all the way over there and we're like, hey, what do you guys want to eat? And they're like, well, let's go to Me and Ed's. And those of you that are Fresno people know that Me and Ed's is our local pizza place or whatever. They've been around forever.
I think didn't it originate here?
I want to say like Sanger or something.
Oh,
Or
okay.
maybe but definitely, I mean,
Puro sangre. All right.
I know it's been like through my well,
Over
like
there
our
in the
lives.
Chancla. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. No, we've been that's the go-to. I mean, I kind of grew up on that, so it's like, yeah, whenever I get a chance to go grab a pizza, it's definitely Me and Ed's. But it's funny because you go out of town, and it was
I have a rule. When I go out of town, I'm not eating something that I could eat at home. So I always try something.
oh yeah,
Random or whatever. And
Well,
I love seafood.
yeah.
If we're on the coast, I'm gonna try a place like that. But
no, well, that was the funny thing too. I remember one trip I was in Vegas, and so a bunch of us were trying to like cram into a cab, and this was before like Uber and all that stuff. And so we all get in a cab, and we ask the cab driver, "Hey, what's a good spot to go eat?" And he's like, And it's like some Ethiopian dude. They're all Ethiopians. What do you call it? The cab drivers over there?
Yeah, so you suggested an Ethiopian restaurant?
No, dude. He's like, we have an In and Out.
Oh,
And
okay.
so, it's like, no, well, I'm thinking, like, you're a fucking local, dude. Like, you know the places to go here.
I thought it was because they always talk. We had one here on Blackstone. It was an Ethiopian restaurant, but it didn't last. I mean, I heard the portions were small.
Oh, jeez.
Well, they're used to only eating like 3 beans and a grain of rice a day or something like
Yeah,
that, right?
no.
So it's like our fat ass American eating habits. That ain't gonna go over too well, you know?
Yeah, no. It's like,
It's like-
hey, is this the appetizer?
Or yeah, you're just like,
Yeah,
what? Are you kidding me?
You
I
come
paid
out,
$20 for this.
you come out there famished.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude. That's fucked up.
yeah. I don't even.
Yeah.
That's hardcore. Yeah. Well,
But-
no wonder they said for 35 cents a day you could feed one of these Ethiopian kids or whatever. It's like, well, shit, what they ate, yeah.
Well, it's like Ethiopian restaurant, but do they even have restaurants in Ethiopia? I mean,
Yeah, I think you got to fight and
Yeah.
scratch and
Yeah.
kick for every little morsel of food you get there. But
so
well, I'm sure they're better now.
It's
this
probably-
was,
no,
this
no,
was
we're-
before We Are the World.
no, we're thinking the 80s.
Yeah, We
Yeah,
Are the World.
yeah.
They saved everybody over there, right?
Yeah.
That was like one of the number one albums.
Well,
for
yeah, no, Michael
Single
Jackson,
for-
Huey
yeah.
Lewis. Yeah, they were all like, we're going to make some money.
That's it.
Yeah. And
You
then
know?
eventually we're going to go to a restaurant.
They got everybody on that video, man. I watched the documentary. I don't know if you watched the documentary of the filming of that.
No, no.
The
it on?
making
Is it
of the
on, like
Quincy,
on Netflix or
what's his name? Quincy Jones
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, he's the one. Him, Michael Jackson. They all put it together. Michael Jackson didn't go because that was the night of the Grammys. What is the one for music?
Grammys.
That was the night of the Grammys of
Mhm.
that year. Michael Jackson didn't go. He was over there at the studio getting everything ready, and Quincy Jones, they I guess kind of lobbied for everybody. Hey, we're doing this, and it's for a great cause. And after it was right down the street. They rented out the
That makes
studio,
sense. Okay, yeah.
and they're like, hey, after the the Grammys, come on over. We're trying to do something, and they got everybody, to go do it for free. This was just people on their own time, and they were recording for hours and hours. And if you see the documentary,
Yeah.
it's crazy. And then, oh God, what is his name?
Well, you think you only get one shot to like get that group of people together, and they just left the award, so they're all in the same room.
But the documentary is funny because Stevie Wonder, of course, he was there. And he's over there trying to sing a verse in Swahili or something like that, right?
What the hell?
Yeah, and then Quincy Jones tells him something like, Stevie, they don't speak Swahili over there in Ethiopia or whatever and all this stuff. So like totally squashed his little idea. It was kind of funny.
They speak Aramaic. Yeah, that's a
And
big thing.
If any of you Aramaic people touches me, I'll kill you.
Yeah.
That was for JP. Sorry,
Yeah.
buddy. But no, it was a cool documentary. I remember. Oh, and Bob Dylan. So Bob Dylan, they say, shows up, coked out of his mind, all jacked up, right? And they had scenes where he was, singing in groups, like how they were all singing together,
Mhm.
like different verses and stuff, and he couldn't do it. He was just too drugged up. So Quincy Jones had to pull him to the side and record his verse and what he sung in the song and mix it in later because he couldn't do it with the group. It was throwing him off and all that shit. So he pulled him to the side and had him sing his part. So and then he, blended it in and pretty cool or whatever. But it was a cool documentary. You learned a lot about that. But
Well, it's like, I mean, when it comes to like, I don't know if harmonizing is the right word with everybody else, but like, I don't think Bob Dylan's the guy. You know what I mean? I mean, I've heard his fucking music,
right?
and it's like,
He's a little bit out there. So
yeah, no, it's one of those kind of like acquired, tastes. Like it's either you really like Bob Dylan or you're like, what the fuck's he saying? And
Well,
so
that's why I wonder, like, because they said he was high as fuck that night. I mean, how much of his music has been drug inspired or whatever? Because I mean, he's obviously doing his thing.
well, you figure, I mean, considering the times and especially when he started, yeah, it's
Right.
I mean, that was a norm for a lot of the people. I mean, Hendrix and, well, Dylan. What's the lady from? Fucking Janis Joplin.
Joplin,
Yeah,
yeah.
OD'd.
Well, shit, all those people, but he's the only one that was still 5. All these other people OD'd or died of drugs. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah. No,
He
they're
made it. He made it through barely.
well, he's a trooper.
Well, look at the Rolling Stones.
Oh.
Shit, those guys can't even be classified as human beings. I think they're
Yeah,
like,
no, that is really weird, dude. Yeah, and then they were like, oh, when was it that when didn't they do like their like a thing in Cuba after all the like they were the first band to go play Cuba or something after everyone was like, hey, yeah, we're cool with them again.
Yeah, I think so. The
Yeah.
communist
Yeah.
communist concert or some
Yeah,
shit. Like
remember that? Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? You're gonna get killed. Don't go over there.
Yeah, no, they were like, it's like, no, it's all
They're
good
like,
now.
no, they got Cuban cigars and all kinds of cool shit
Yeah.
over there. Let's go. You know. And,
I mean, I would go.
yeah,
Shit.
I know you're a
Yeah,
cigar
yeah.
connoisseur, but I'm definitely I'm big on documentaries. I love watching documentaries, the ones that interest me.
Yeah.
Right now, I just started watching today. I was watching the Hulk Hogan documentary they just released on Netflix or whatever.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that.
Telling this whole thing. I know we kind of talked a little bit about Hulk Hogan, I think, on the
Yeah,
last
yeah.
episode or whatever. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. You know, talking about a lot of stuff, and for some reason, they got access to him in 2025, a few months before he passed away, and they got a lot of, you know, just raw video on him, interview stuff, and it's pretty interesting, pretty cool, you know.
Yeah, no, it was. I mean, he was like one of the big like icons of our time.
That was
like
the
our
thing.
age, dude. I mean, you know,
that was the thing, and they you know, that WrestleMania 1, that was like the turning point. That was like, once WrestleMania 1 hit, that's when wrestlers started actually making money.
Yeah.
Back then, you know, they would talk about how they would just, you know, travel from town to town, and they'd be in their vans and living out of their vans and eating and barely surviving, you know, on scraps and, you know, just doing.
Or even like having side jobs really on top of that. Yeah.
Right.
They weren't, it wasn't so commercial as it is now. And I saw some of that before. Well, they did that. I don't know if you watched it, but they had the Vince McMahon documentary.
Right. I saw that one. Yeah, I saw that one. Pretty good.
Yeah, he pretty much, you know, created that industry. I mean, you know what it is now.
That's what they were talking about. WrestleMania 1, they hyped it up so much. They got so much. They were just trying to advertise it so much, you know, because he put everything on WrestleMania 1, you know, because he had just bought the business from his dad, Vince McMahon Sr. And he said, we need our own Super Bowl. You know, this is Hulkamania shit is working right now. We need to, you know, capitalize on it while we can, you know, and who else can we get? And fucking they get Mr. T, one of the biggest icons of the, you know, 80s right there to join in. And, you know, oh shit, we got Mr. T. And then, well, let's get Cyndi Lauper. And Cyndi Lauper was huge back then, you know, and so they marketed it right. And, you know, it was because they interviewed his ex-wife, Linda. And she said after WrestleMania, they had accountants, right, and all that stuff. And the accountant, you know, sent her a message or whatever. And she looked at her bank account, called in, looked at her bank account, and they had over $1 million in their bank account for the first time. Yeah. So it was like after that, it really hit.
Well,
so.
You brought up Cyndi Lauper, so that kind of explains that whole Captain Lou in her video. Remember?
Oh yeah, she was a big wrestling fan. Yeah, she's admitted that.
No, I mean, dude, they had, you know, like you watched. Well, at the time was WWF, and then remember they did that cartoon for a period of time.
Rock and roll wrestling.
Yeah.
They talk about that in the documentary and stuff. But
no, I mean, I just remember growing up on that stuff, and it was just like, you didn't miss it, and it was at the time where, you know, if you weren't in front of your TV when it started, you just missed stuff because there was no, like, you know, on demand. There was no, you know, you had to wait till the following week if you missed something, because I mean, you might be able to record it on a VHS or whatever, and hopefully the tape didn't fucking get chewed up in the fucking
right
VHS player.
Yeah, but they talked about that whole thing with the, you know, when he hit his peak. And then, of course, when the whole steroid thing came out.
Oh, yeah.
And he lied at first. He went on Arsenio Hall show and lied and said, I don't do steroids, I don't do that. And the whole, you know, workout, take your vitamins, say your prayers, and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then it came to a head and where he admitted in a Supreme Court that he did do steroids
Yeah.
and this and that, and then so his career started taking a shit. And sure enough, at that time, that's when Vince McMahon said, "Oh no, we're gonna, we're gonna kind of like go away from the Hulkamania thing," and they kind of like basically fired his ass, right? And so he said, "All right, fine." And then he goes over to WCW and wins their little championship right off the bat, like his first week there in WCW, and and things are going, but it just wasn't happening. He was getting booed a lot, because of all that shit. And then he goes and that's when that NWO started.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, okay. Well, you want to boo me? You want me to be? Well, then I'll be the bad guy." And then he becomes the bad guy, and that becomes like the next like big thing from what he reinvented himself, and all that stuff took off, and there he is in the spotlight again, making money.
Yeah, the black
beard and all that stuff. Yeah, and it took off, and then he had like a second life, a revival of Hulk Hogan or whatever. Hollywood, he became Hollywood Hogan and all that stuff, and and that he rode that on for a while. So it was it's a cool story, whatever, and that's the thing. But back in the day, they showed him the week before that WrestleMania, the first one. I don't know if you've seen this, but one of the shows he went on, it was that one guy, Richard something. He was like a dick. He had a talk show. And he kept on, harassing, "Oh, is wrestling real? Is wrestling real? It's like fake and this and that and this and that." And then he put him in, a chokehold. It was like a guillotine.
Yeah.
That dude passes out, boom, hits his head on the floor and splits it open. And like when he gets up, or he's all, his back of his shirt's all covered in blood.
Oh, shit, yeah.
And he had a lawsuit for that. I guess it was $500,000 lawsuit he got for that or whatever. But
I mean, there's the part where it's scripted, and we all get that.
Oh yeah,
whatever.
it's like a soap opera.
Yeah.
But it's like
But they're still athletes.
It's like when you watch an action movie. Oh yeah, that's all fake, but the stunt man is making this look real and doing that part. It's just when you're a wrestler.
But in live
you're the actor and the stunt man.
Yeah.
And you gotta, take your bumps and all that shit. And
I mean, no matter how you look at it, landing on a table or landing, and the padding is only like a couple inches thick on the actual ground. I worked security for some time in my my late teens, early 20s. And we had a couple of those wrestling events come through where they were televised or whatever. So we were able to like get up and close to the rings and stuff. And those things are not very like forgiving. I mean, there's a little bit of a spring to it or whatever, but like these guys are still getting hurt. I mean, a metal railing is still a metal railing. I mean, the ground, the ground, it has a padding that's only a couple inches thick. So, when they come flying out of that, I mean, you're not really getting something super soft. And then remember Jimmy Superfly Snuka, dude. That dude was like fucking from the top rope or at the top of a cage.
And he
came down, dude.
Yeah.
And
that guy ended up being crazy.
Yeah.
He I can't remember his story. Did he go to jail? I know they were trying to blame that he killed his wife.
Yeah.
I don't know if he got convicted.
I don't know if he actually, but I know his daughter like was wrestling recently. Like I don't follow it that much anymore.
Yeah, me neither. But I tell you what was real, and they said it was real when Roddy Piper busted that coconut over his head.
Yeah,
that was a real coconut. That wasn't scripted, and that
shit,
busted it open. I mean, you've seen a coconut. I don't know if you've ever tried to open.
Yeah,
up a
no,
coconut before.
no, you got a fucking hammer.
He cracked it over his head and busted it open, and that really, man, it was crazy.
Oh, these dudes are like getting pretty beat up, and even though there is a script, I mean, there's still like a lot of reality to it. Like there's things that, I mean, you jump off of something, you're landing on something, and you're hoping that the other guy is going to actually still kind of work with you, I guess, basically to make sure that you're not going to get hurt. But I mean, like look at Steve Austin, he fucked up his neck, and I mean, it was super obvious that he was supposed to win because the other guy, who was it? I don't remember, but I remember watching it, and it was like, okay, you're gonna pull your arm on top of me and then get counted out.
Yeah,
but still, like this dude is like actually like these people are actually getting beat up. So
yeah, crazy. Or look at the stunts that they do, like Owen Hart Bret Hart's brother that died
Yeah,
coming into the ring.
like a zip line.
Yeah, and it
basically
gave
on the
way.
zip line. Yeah,
That's it. I mean,
Yeah.
and that's crazy. Is like they still kept the show going.
yeah.
I mean, I'd be like, okay, the event's been canceled. Sorry, everybody. This and that, because they kept the show going. Never know somebody died in the ring. And that's what the wrestlers. I think I saw another documentary. And they're like, oh my god, you could see the blood from Owen right there, still in the fucking corner. I guess he hit the post, or I forgot how when he fell, but his blood was still on the floor or on the ringside or whatever, and people were still wrestling and they're just like tripping out on it.
Well, this wasn't televised. What my story right now? I remember I was working security. Metallica came into town. It was a long time ago.
I was probably at that concert. Was it Metallica and Godsmack?
Honestly, I don't remember who. Oh no, it had to be way before. But it was probably. No, you know what? It could have been.
This was like right around the early 2000s, 2003,
Yeah,
2004.
maybe late 90s, early 2000s. Metallica came into town, and they had one of the.
Was
roadies.
this at the Save Mart Center?
This was at the Cylinder Arena.
Oh no, we saw him at the Save Mart Center.
Okay.
So no. Okay.
So one of the roadies is climbing up on all the rigging and stuff, and they're going over to fix something. This guy completely falls off and falls. Just like hits the ground, falls off and like hits the ground.
Oh jeez.
Everybody starts cheering like it's part of the show. And so, but this dude's like really fucked up at this point. So the next thing you know, they're like getting a fucking stretcher, carrying him out, and they're like working on him.
I thought you were gonna say they picked him up, threw him in the mosh pit, and fucking he.
Yeah, no, dude. But it's one of those things where it's like, this stuff is like happening in real time. That actually happened. Like they kept playing. But yeah, like somebody actually got like seriously injured and nobody even noticed because they thought it was part of the act or whatever. Yeah. So, but yeah, no, that kind of stuff. I mean, I can see how that happens because I remember seeing that and I'm like, well, shit, man, this dude, like, well, fuck, we might actually have like a death that just happened right in front of us and people think that this is part of it. And we're like, I remember we're all on the radio like, hey, is this right? Next thing you know, the EMTs are fucking rolling out with their little, like, that little gurney, that portable one, and they're like loading this dude up and taking him out of there. And everyone's like, yeah. Meanwhile, like, this dude's like trying to fucking fight for life.
Fight for his life.
I mean, I hope I don't know what the end result was. We didn't, I just remember like this dude fell and it didn't look right. And I was like, oh, yeah, I don't know.
That's crazy.
But anyway, yeah, no, man, wrestling was a big thing though in our time. I mean, for our child or whatever, like that was, the thing to watch. I mean, you look forward to it every weekend or any of the pay-per-view events or whatever. And
I think
it was a big deal, dude.
Like I think I told the story in the last podcast. I believe like where Hulk Hogan, he came to Sullen Arena, and my neighbor had tickets. She always had tickets to things. She was a salesperson. Always got to hook up.
Well, I'm hearing it for the first time because I was kind of drunk by the time we fucking got to this. Yeah, so this is like, wait, what? This happened?
So anyways, I was sick. I was sick like the 2 days before, and I was very sick. But we had those tickets, and I begged my parents to let me go. And my mom, and we only had 2 tickets, so my dad and me were gonna go. And I begged my parents, go, take me, so I could see Hulk Hogan. And I remember, man, I had like a fever, like 103. It's like 102, 103. And my mom's like, oh, we shouldn't let you go. I go, come on. I was all fucking groggy and half dead. I remember falling asleep during certain matches. And then when Hulk Hogan actually wrestled, when he came out and started playing his music, and I can't even tell you who he wrestled against. It wasn't no big namer, It was at Cylinder Arena. I mean, I don't even think it was televised.
Yeah, no, back then we didn't get that. Yeah.
Yeah, and so yeah, we, I got to see Hulk Hogan, and I'm all, happy and friggin' sick as a dog, and still cheering him on, and he does his thing, his leg drop, and pins him and starts flexing and doing all that stuff. And
did this one end super late?
I think it was. Well, I don't know. I was just so tired that I remember I was asleep. I passed out like from exhaustion or from my fever. I was done.
You're sitting in that chair at the Cylinder Arena, and then you hear the music, and you're like,
yeah,
start waving your finger.
That's it. That's it. No, no, no. I just remember my dad had to carry me from the thing to the parking lot. He had me over like his shoulders like a sack of potatoes and
Mhm.
to take me home or whatever. And I slept all the way home. I was sick, but I got to see Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
That was my story. That was my big moment to get to see him in his prime. So that was cool.
I want to say, I mean, because we're around the same age, I want to say I was probably at that event as a kid with my parents.
Really? That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I just remember like, okay, maybe now looking back, when you're younger, like, midnight's pretty late or whatever. I mean, I couldn't even tell you what time it ended. I just remember I was like, fuck, this is like super late. And I remember like, because normally you had a bedtime that was like kind of earlier as a kid.
Yeah.
You weren't up all night. Like, and I just remember like my parents taking me, and we got home like really late. Which, looking back, I was probably only like 10.
11, yeah, 10,
Yeah,
10,
yeah.
11, yeah.
They're like, what? This thing ended like super late, and for them too, because it was probably like a work day or something, and they were like taking me and.
You know what's funny is I think that was the time when they came to Fresno and Roddy Piper got in trouble. Him and somebody else got in trouble. They went to bars and got drunk.
Yeah.
And he ended up naked or some shit like that. And it was like a big old deal when he came to Fresno.
Oh, wow.
The police were involved. And I remember, I think that was during that same event.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, wrestlers are crazy.
Yeah.
I like hearing their stories back in the day, what they did and all that stuff. The Iron Sheik, I mean, I know a lot of people, whatever, they don't like him, that kind of stuff, but he's funny, man. When he had his little whatever Twitter account or whatever, or all his stuff, he would say, fuck the Hulk Hogan, jabroni, you jabroni, this and that, and he was just hilarious. The Iron Sheik, I loved him. I loved him better when he was retired and he was just older, just listening to his shit or whatever.
Yeah.
But anyways, there was a story on him where because they would do drug testing there for the wrestlers, and I guess the Sheik was all hyped up on coke and whatever. God knows those guys partied hard or whatever, and they came up and I forgot who was telling the story. I don't know if it was Vince McMahon or somebody. And they're like, "Hey, Sheik." I don't know who was running the Pat Patterson or one of the former wrestlers was like the GM running the whole thing. And Sheik, hey, your thing came back, your panels came back, and you tested positive for this, and he's like, oh, very good, very good. And he starts twirling those things, those Iranian bowling pins or whatever the fuck that he's juggling around, and they're like, no, that's not good.
That's not a good thing. Yeah, he's excited. He's like, oh, I did good.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that guy's hilarious. But yeah, he passed away not too long ago too. But what's crazy is all these wrestlers, man. You used to think about all the older ones or whatever.
Yeah,
they all pass away. They're broke.
I know, right? Yeah.
It's like that Mickey Rourke movie, The Wrestler.
Yeah, that was a good movie, dude.
Yeah,
didn't he win like an Academy Award for that? Like that was like his comeback movie, dude.
Well, he should have.
I think he might have.
Oh, maybe.
No, you know what he did? I'm 100% he did. Don't Google it.
Don't Google it. We'll just say he did in our eyes.
Yeah,
okay?
No, he did. He should have.
Yeah.
And if he didn't, he should have.
If he didn't, then he should have.
Yeah.
And there should have been a Sinbad movie where he was a genie. They talk about that.
Or even like Sinbad should have won one too, like an Academy. Yeah, the actor Sinbad.
Yeah.
Yeah. For what was that movie with the what was it that fucking Christmas toy thing that Schwarzenegger and him were fighting over? He was the mailman.
Right. What was that show? Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. No. As for documentaries, I recently watched the one on the Chili Peppers over.
I haven't watched that one yet, but I was gonna.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah, if you like, well, you said you like documentaries or whatever. But it's just that one was actually really, really.
I like the Chili Peppers.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a huge fan of their music, and I want to say if you get a chance, because I'm like a big punk rock fan. There's one called Punk. And it's, I want to say, like 4 episodes or so. They have all these different bands in there, and they kind of show like where it started, like how it ended up and stuff. And I mean, obviously because I listen to the music, it might not be your thing, but definitely it's I think the thing that matters is that it's like kind of put together the right way.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
probably my take on all documentaries.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
it's how it's how it's set up,
Yeah.
how it's the timelines, everything.
Yeah, the production really matters.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I still like one of my favorite documentaries that gets me like I don't know. I could probably watch it now because I know what it's about and not get emotional. But that damn documentary Blackfish with the fucking orcas.
Oh,
That's
shit. Yeah, okay, yeah.
that was done damn near whatever 15 years ago,
Yeah.
maybe even longer. But man, that fucking when I first watched it, fuck, I almost started crying, dude. I'm like, man, this is fucking. That might have been when my testosterone was
yeah.
1.195.
Dude, I was about to say, you know what? This is before. So you got to watch the episode before this. Yeah, you had low T, and you're like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I knew you were gonna tie it into that, but yeah, that's pretty good.
But no, that's but seriously, have you ever watched that documentary?
I did, yeah.
When that tough ass fisherman
Mhm.
was over there and he breaks down crying because he's like, because that's what they would do. They would basically, when they were trying to get a young one, they would kidnap it. They would basically capture it, and the fucking mom and the fucking family are over there crying, like screaming and yelling at the fucking thing, and they're just like, well, we caught this damn baby in the net or whatever, and we're taking him to SeaWorld to fucking train him, and fucking he's gonna be the next fucking Shamu or whatever. And he starts crying and shit, telling the whole thing. He goes, yeah, basically what we're doing, we're kidnapping. Because I mean, people, I don't know if people have ever watched or seen any documentaries on orcas or whatever, but their brain is the size of ours.
Yeah.
They're very intelligent, and they're different types. They have different types of orcas. I didn't know that until I watched, all different types. And but it's crazy, man. They're real big on family. Like they stick together. They have one mate. They in the wild they do their things, and they've never attacked anybody outside of captivity. There's zero records of any orcas attacking a human being outside of captivity. But in captivity, they've killed.
But you fucking fuck around and look like a seal.
Yeah.
Yeah, your ass is gonna get.
No,
fucked up.
they don't even.
No, I'm just
kidding. Yeah, they're not like the great whites.
Not even seal.
No, man. Well, they fuck up seals. Yeah,
No,
but I mean, I'm just saying
about the singer.
Oh, seal? Well, shit, somebody fucked him up. There's something wrong with his face. Yeah, it looked like he was attacked by an orca or a fucking.
That's how you got the name.
Yeah, or I don't know, attacked by a tiger. I don't know, something. But isn't his kid? Somebody was telling me that he has a kid that sings and kind of looks like him. I'm like, oh, is that a good thing? But no.
With the scar and everything.
I don't know. I don't know if you can inherit that, but
yeah.
Anyways, so if you've ever been attacked by an orca or a lion, leave a comment below and we'll respond to it.
Or if you've ever been kissed by a rose, there you go.
A crackling rose?
Yeah. Oh shit. Okay.
That was the lightning part.
Yeah, yeah. No, dude, it's I mean, we had the last episode, and for sure, dude, we have to have you on as often as you want to come over and fucking shoot the shit, man. We'll work stuff out.
Like I said, I appreciate you asking me to be back on the show. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but yeah, I enjoy watching you and JP do your thing. It's cool, and like I said, I'll fill in when I can if you guys need me or whatever. I'm really anxious for you guys to hopefully get to that quota where you can do live events. And that'd be cool. I'd like to be maybe part of that when you guys do that. Be a field reporter or whatever you want to call it out there.
Yeah, that's a possibility with all the different equipment or whatever. Yeah, because we can have another camera going and actually feed into the live
that'd
thing
be cool.
or whatever. Yeah, because we definitely want to get out there. We want to go to different places. On the episode prior to this, we talked about my son's event and, going to that and, being able to go live or whatever would be perfect. But yeah, no, I mean, the only way that's going to happen, everyone, is that if you hit subscribe on YouTube, especially, there's really not a Spotify live.
Yeah, you're wasting your time on Spotify. No, I'm just kidding. If that's the only platform you have, then that's awesome. Listen to it.
No, we'll take it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but YouTube is the key to
It
where we
is
can get that going. And
completely free. Again, I made that offer out there for everybody. If you would like some stickers and you want to put them somewhere and you want to, or if you want me to, I will mail them to you. That is where we're at right now.
I don't recommend where JP said stick them on your grandma's ass, because that's kind of that could be borderline elderly abuse. You might have to get her permission first. I don't know.
Well, that, and then depending on where her ass is sitting at this point after that age, I
Yeah,
mean,
it ain't gonna do us no
yeah,
good if she's sitting on it and it's in
yeah,
the bottom of the
yeah,
wheelchair, unless you're her, orderly or whatever,
yeah,
changing her diaper or something.
your
But
caregiver.
that's it.
Yeah,
But
but then, yeah, I mean, then I don't know. Will the sticker start to sag too? I don't know.
it might be discolored.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well,
Might
definitely. Yeah, yeah.
might smell a little different.
You might go to a different podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
what the
no,
heck?
again, that offer still stands. If you want any stickers, if you like what you're watching, I'll mail them to you. And if you know who us personally, JP or I will definitely just hand you some. Either way, we're trying to get it out there. It costs absolutely nothing to just hit the subscribe button on YouTube, and that's how we're going to be able to go live. Because what we were talking about right now.
These mugs are awesome. They're beautiful. If you act now, we can get them to you for $49.99.
Oh shit! It went up.
Oh, well, I had to get my cut.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe we can ask Naomi to put the QR code on this thing.
well, we're gonna say it's because of the tariffs.
There you go. And you know how much oil it takes to make one of these glasses? They're blocking off the Strait of Iran and all that
It's
shit.
4 barrels,
Yeah.
or
Probably.
like a barrel of monkeys.
Yeah, or something.
Either way.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, no, it's everyone that watches, everyone that follows, everyone that subscribes, everyone.
First of all, if you do all that, I feel sorry for you, because basically you probably don't have a life. But anyways, we appreciate
Yeah,
all
no,
that.
we
And
definitely
yes,
do.
no, I'm just kidding. I'm one of these. I'm one of those people, so I'm like, I better not say too many bad things.
I was like,
about
"Where's he going with this?" And then it took a turn.
that.
I was like, "Oh shit! Okay, never mind."
No, for sure. We appreciate you guys.
Yeah, everybody. No, dude, I appreciate you. Thanks for coming on.
I love it. Like I said,
it's everyone that makes this happen. We are doing this. It's our hobby. We have a great time doing this. It gets me to see JP weekly, where I wasn't seeing him that often, or often as I would like to. Life happens. It brought Anthony here, and I've seen him twice this week. Yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna see each other twice a week. That's asking a little bit too much of me.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's
not that I don't love you and don't want to hang out with you, but it's just like, no, I'm just kidding. No, like I said, whenever I got some time, I'm definitely count me in. And,
yeah, man.
I'll hit you up and say, hey, I'm free this week, or
Yeah.
we're free this day. What you guys got going on? And no, it's great. I enjoy it. I enjoy, bullshitting, making people laugh, whatever.
All the time, man.
Yeah. So
You've always been a good friend, a brother.
appreciate it. You too, man.
Yeah, I love you, buddy.
Love you too, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And so I think, we're pretty much on this time. Do you want to shout out to anybody? Anybody you want to say anything to? You're here. 15 people are going to hear you.
15.
Yeah.
All right. Let's
No,
see.
I'm just kidding. It's a lot more than that. I have always downplayed it because it's like, you know what, whatever. But people are following, people are liking and subscribing, and I just play it down a lot all the time.
Well, I'm going to do my best. Like, when we get these episodes going, I'm definitely going to share them on my page and see if anybody wants to hear my dumbass along with you guys, But but yeah, definitely. I think, like I said, this isn't, Bush League shit. You got the right equipment. Like I said, I feel like I'm on the fucking Howard Stern show and shit, whatever, with these.
I'm gonna have to start
mics.
wearing those glasses now.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah.
And get some midget to come over here and.
Well, I have a phobia.
I know, that's the.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we had those midget wrestlers that just came to APCAL, I
Dude.
think. Dude, man, that would have been great.
I don't know why I share that all the time, my midget phobia, but like it's a real fucking thing. And so I have a coworker friend. I'm gonna say friend, but I work with him. He's a coworker. Once he found out that I had a midget phobia, dude, I get so many fucking like reels on Instagram with like all kinds of midget shit, and he just continuously fucking sends this stuff, and it's like, bro, like I'm like, you know, every time I open one, a little bit of pee comes out.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, and it's like I'm like a woman that sneezes now, like an elderly woman,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh god.
Well,
So
I guess you wouldn't like to see some of my search engines or whatever, because
Oh,
that
geez.
midget porn will probably freak you out.
yeah, no, I would be freaked out, dude.
Yeah.
The little arms and hands. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's not, well, never mind. We won't go there.
Anyway, yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah. We said too much.
We said too
Yeah.
much. Yeah. We're trying to keep this show.
It's a family show.
Yeah, we're trying
Yeah.
to keep it NC-17 at least.
Well, no, it's like my dysfunctional family. That's what I was
Oh.
talking about. Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
the bar is set really low.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
Yeah. And my
Hey.
family, the bar. Well, they're probably all at the bar.
Yeah, they're
right
at the
now.
bar.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, dude. Shout out to anybody you want to say anything to.
Well, let's see here. I can't really.
He said no. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's basically
Yeah.
it. No, I'm trying to think like if they're ever gonna see this, but if they subscribe after I post it on my page and
Yeah.
say, "Hey, subscribe," then they're gonna find out and they're like, "Oh, wow, they gave me a shout out." So I'm gonna say a shout out to everybody who subscribes to this channel after I post it on my page.
Oh, there you go. You
So that
covered-
way I can say, "Hey, you guys, subscribe to this." There's a there's a mention to you guys.
And you didn't leave anybody out.
And I didn't leave anybody
Yeah,
out. This is
perfect.
everybody that subscribes.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we're gonna call this episode 37B. The one with audio only is 37A. And with that being said, I just want to say thank you to everybody.
I was hoping we'd call this 37D. D's nuts. Oh,
Or
got him. No? Okay.
I was gonna go with double D.
I'm sorry.
It's not that one. We'll go with this one.
That's the one.
Yeah.
I'm still learning.
Or
Yeah. That would have been. Well, I like the other one better because it was a failure.
no. Well, it's more of this one. Well, you got to do it 3 times.
All right. I'm still
Anyway,
learning the keyboard.
yeah.
My only second time on the show.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that is, I think, all we have, unless we're just going to continue to ramble on, which I don't mind, but we're going to go ahead and hang out after we stop recording, have
Right.
a couple more beers, shoot the shit. And that's when all the racism comes out.
yeah. Racism, sexism.
All the isms,
Isms.
autism,
Hopefully, no jism comes
jism.
up.
Yeah.
We won't get that excited. But yeah. Dwarfism.
No, not that one.
Oh, okay.
That's where I draw the line. I'm like, hey, bro, you got to go. Anyway, normally JP says, this is the Ace Night podcast, and I'll say, yeah, so you're going to have to do it.
Okay. Well, this is the Ace and Angler podcast for today. And